What's up everybody, Goats here. If you found this video, it's likely because your FinalMouse scroll wheel is broken and you have come to the right place. My scroll wheel broke in my Air58 many years ago and I have limped along until I discovered that you can order a shiny new scroll wheel from eBay or Alibaba or Amazon. The scroll wheel seems to be pretty high quality and it's relatively easy to install. The first thing you have to do is heat up the rear skates on the lower portion of the mouse and then take a really thin pry tool, preferably something metal or a hard plastic, that'll help you get up under the adhesive on the mouse skate and lift it up gently. You can reuse your mouse skates if you're very careful here. Using the heat from a hair dryer or a heat gun really helps loosen up the adhesive. Once you get those mouse skates off, you just have to remove 2 Phillips head screws. They're very tiny, so you're going to need a small screwdriver. With those screws out, you can separate the lower casing and the upper casing just by wedging your tool in between the 2 pieces of plastic. Then you have to release 2 clips on the front of the mouse up under the left and right click buttons. It's pretty easy with a tool just to wedge it in there and pop that clip off. Once you have the case separated, now you have access to the scroll wheel. Mine came off pretty easily because I had previously repaired this scroll wheel. I tried to use some plastic weld to fuse together the tiny piece of plastic that broke, and as you can see here, that really did not work out so great for me. So now that I have this scroll wheel off, I need to remove this rubber outer casing and transfer that to the new mouse because they don't provide you with a new one, so it's pretty easy just to slip that off and pop it onto the new one. Once you have that rubber band placed on the new scroll wheel, you can put the scroll wheel in place. Now I had to remove this tiny piece of plastic from the slot. It was broken off in there, so I had to take a very small pick tool and pop that out. Once you have that out, you can gently lift up the circuit board by removing the 2 clips on the left and right side of the rear part of the mouse, and then there's one up under the left click button as well. To get the scroll wheel in, you are going to have to lift up the circuit board completely from the lower casing because there is a plastic tower that acts as a guide and holds the scroll wheel in place. And with the circuit board lowered, you actually cannot get the scroll wheel out. So once you get that slotted in, to get the scroll wheel in, just put the tiny plastic piece inside the slot and then lower the circuit board back down to the lower casing and clip it into the 3 plastic clips. If your side buttons came out, no worries, they just slot right in and you can drop them in like so. Then to get the mouse put back together, there are 2 front slots on the upper case and then there's 2 clips on the lower portion of the case, and you just have to lower the mouse at an angle to slide those on. If your side buttons fell out, no worries, they just slot into the side very easily. As you can see here, mine fell out and you just have to drop them right back into place. Then you can go about slotting in the front clips. I started with the left side and got that clipped in. Then I was able to move over to the right side and just wedge that in, as you can see there. Once that is together, you can do some tests, make sure your buttons are clicking properly, and if everything feels good, looks good, go ahead and put the 2 Phillips head screws back in the case, secure those down, and once these are secured, the last thing you have to do is stick your mouse skates back on the bottom of the mouse, and with those on, you're good to go. You can maybe give it one final test and just make sure everything's working. Go ahead and plug the mouse up, test out the scroll function. I'm actually using the FinalMouse right now to edit this video, and the scroll wheel is working flawlessly, so I'd call this a successful repair. I hope you all found this video helpful. I hope everyone's doing well out there. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and I hope to catch you all on the next one. Peace.